chapter done, so do a chapter a day. Got another one done for you guys. I summarized it. It's the Atomic Attraction, helping you guys get more attractive, helping you guys get laid, hopefully. Put it in the comments. but hey, that's what we're here for, to get laid, dog. Anyway, but no, and have good relationships too. But if we ain't getting laid in those relationships, it ain't worth having. So let's do it. Atomic Attraction, chapter 17, Eyes and Smile. When a woman is talking to you, listen to what she says with her eyes. Victor Hugo. It is said the eyes are the windows to the soul. When a woman looks at you, even for a brief second, her look says 1,000 words. When a woman looks at you and gives you a smile, she is expressing her interest and openly inviting you to come and talk to her and approach. You you make after a woman has made eye contact with you. It is not only welcome, it will be expected. Ooh, okay. Um, Not always, but hey, that's a good sign, right? And sometimes they're just being friendly, but it's what you got to figure out, right? But usually, anyway, a confident man knows how to use his eyes to catch a woman's attention. When a woman looks deep into your eyes, it is tempting to look away. That's true. This is very true. It's about dominance. Or be the first to break eye contact. Resist this initial temptation to shift your gaze elsewhere. Instead, break the tension and draw her in with a soft smile, just like a lift of the sides of your mouth. Not a gee. Never do the gee. Cheesy smiles are not welcome. Women don't like those. We'll get that later. Direct eye contact with a smile is considered without a smile is considered a threat and uh, a challenge. Direct eye contact, and this is animalistic, right? Direct eye contact by slightly raised brow and smile is considered charming. Is smiling attractive to women? And the simple answer is going to be no, but we'll go into deeper. Smiling is not attractive to women. Studies into smiling and attraction. Women who smile are rated more attractive. Now, women who smile are rated more attractive. We like that. Friendly, fit, feminine friendly, that kind of thing. But what women think of men, what do women think of men that smile? It is natural to assume that women are attracted to men who smile, and a lot of men think this. I see this a lot. I see a lot of men keying with women and joking around with women, trying to be funny, and that women don't like funny. They think it's okay, but they like tough before funny, strong, masculine, right? And appear friendly. Science, however, tells a different story. A study published in the journal In Motion, women are more attracted to men who are brooding, who have a brooding expression, serious facial expression, okay, as opposed to men who have smiling, friendly faces. The male and female participants were asked to rate the attractiveness of the opposite sex when they are displaying different facial expressions and emotions. These various facial expressions were happy, smiling, sad, moody, proud, powerful, confident, and brooding. What was most interesting about the study, women rated the men who smiled as least attractive. Yes. Okay. That doesn't mean you can't ever smile, but if you're an alpha male, we'll get into later. Alpha males smile when they have a reason to smile. Okay. Let's Let's see. Let's see. Well, okay, least attractive. Men who had a brooding appearance. A broody appearance. That's just kind of like, stoic. Were, uh, were more attractive than men that were smiling. Exactly. With all the, uh, with all the listed expressions, women rated um, the brooding man the most attractive. There are many reasons to explain these results. The man who smiles is perceived as weak, yes, and women hate weak. Kindness, they take our kindness as, let's say we're just trying to be nice, smile, be nice. But women take kindness as weakness because they have to. It's about survival. It doesn't make women bad. But women have to assume that for their safety, they need tough guys. um, let's see, is open, and that's also a smiling guy is open to influence and manipulation. Yep, he can be conned. The woman sees a man smile for what it is, the attempt to win favor. Exactly. And because and actually, because women do this. Watch women. They'll do that to you. They know. They'll smile at you if they really want to. If they're trying to manipulate. Like what they do, I always joke because my sister was like, "Daddy, I ain't," always smiling. Let's see, what it is. Yes, attempt to win favor. The man who answers to a demand. Okay, so the man who assumes a broody demeanor seems more masculine. Yes, kind of just like Marlboro Man look, right? But again, it needs to be authentic. You can't just sit there and brood around. It has to be who you are. All this stuff has to be who you are. It has, you can, I was actually, when you're first getting into it and first getting the mindset right, hey, for me to smile at you and me to joke around with you and kiki with you, you're gonna have to get to know this man. Stuff like that. But it has to be authentic and congruent with who you are. These aren't gimmicks. These aren't tricks. This is a new way you have to be. Less often to influence and manipulation. That's right. When you have that brooding face, you're like, ooh, he's mean. I can't con him. At first, it is normal to assume women want to be around men that are friendly, right? No, but women take friendliness as weakness and approachable, right? That would seem okay, but women like tough guy first. The results of the study found that women want to be around broody men. These men are more likely to be able to protect themselves, right? And if they can protect themselves, they can protect her and their loved ones. Exactly. There we go. Is it ever okay to smile at a woman? If you make eye contact, should you remain cold-faced and bold, and should you break the tension with a smile? The ideal is you want to maintain a broody expression around women you want to seduce, okay? Because they got to earn your affection. Then when you have made eye contact, you offer the woman an impish smile. An impish smile is a smile where you just kind of raise the sides of your kind of smirk, like just kind of give her a little tiny raising of the lips, the ends of your mouth, to signal warmth. So to not signal serial murderer. You want to signal warmth. Give her a little bit of a smile, but not this cheesy cheese. Okay, and availability. The impish smile is a smile that turns the edge of the mouth upwards, then slides away just as easily as it appears. So just real quick, you're kind of letting her know, hey, I'm not a nutball. I want to be nutball. I want to get freaky with you, but not right now. I'm a normal dude. I'm not a serial killer. That's Anyway, just playing around here. You don't want to smile so much, right? You don't want the cheese, right? Um, think no cheese. Everybody say cheese. You don't want to smile so much. You seem overly excited, exactly, because that's not demonstrating higher value, DHV, right? Women want to work for what women like to work for their men. I mean, as much as they say they don't, they do. If you're too, it's like one of the Navy SEAL dog trainers has a great podcast. You should watch it. It's on Jocko Podcast, and it's gosh, Mike. I'm not gonna. But anyway, it's like podcast. I'll try to remember it. But anyway, I'll put it in the description as well, do. But it's awesome. But what he talks about is how a dog, you should never take, like, dogs and humans are similar, how to lead them. And if a dog, like how they train the dogs is, a lot of times a dog will come in and people, hey, come here, doggy, and they'll pet it, pet it, pet it, and that dog has done nothing to earn your respect, right? So the dog doesn't listen to someone it doesn't respect. So that's kind of what he's describing. I hope I described it right. So he says when like the real dog trainers get dogs, they kind of like they're standoffish. And he says the person who is like, come here, doggy, and petting it, it's like the girl at the bar who wants to kiss all over you, and kind of drunk, and you haven't even done anything to earn her respect, or you're like, what is this floozy doing? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it's kind of like that, they're too easy. You're too easy, but I'll try to link that in the description. You don't want to smile so much you seem overly, okay, sorry, covered that, but I think that was important. Impish smile allows you, okay, impish smile allows you to maintain an aura of mystery. The woman is left wondering if you like her. Correct. If she thinks she's got you, that women like a little challenge. The women don't like too much, too easy. When a woman smiles for no reason, women believe it's suspicious. When a man smiles for no reason, they believe it's suspicious. Like, what do you want, buddy? You wanted my pants, probably. Yes, the nice guy thinks smiling at women will make him look more attractive. Exactly. Women, and I've seen that before. I was watching this like one show years ago, but it was like they were filming. The show was like a speed dating show, and they were following this one chick, and she was going speed dating, but one of the guys really liked her, and he was smiling his ass off, and that's when I realized, dude, that is not attractive. Anyway, women are turned off by nice guy behavior. One study conducted by researchers at the University of British Columbia, men were rated as less sexually attractive when they smile. Yep. It's like not strength. Okay. Online dating studies found that when men who posted pictures not smiling had more matches and success on the dating apps. And alpha male smiles because he has a reason to smile. Alpha males smile because they have a reason to, right? You're not just cheese, All right, not because he feels socially compelled to do so. An alpha male is attractive because his emotions come from a place of honesty or authenticity, right? So that's important to work into who you are, like, you're not swayed by the world. You're comfortable in your own skin, and you march to the beat of your own drum, and you're proud of it, right? The nice guy's actions are designed to please other people and to not reflect his true thoughts or feelings, right? And an alpha male, again, within reason, you don't be totally, again, I say true alpha males would be shunned from society, but an alpha male is like, I don't, if I don't want to smile, I'm not smiling, If someone asks how you doing, like, walk into a bit, how you doing? I'm doing all right, I'm not cheese. I'm just, I'm here to get my, I'm here to get fence posts. I don't have to be all smiley. All right. The master seducer knows how to use his body to project an aura of strength and confidence at all times. Remember, we always talk about strength and masculinity. It's always what you're trying to, reflect. He takes up space, right? Like man, what do they call it? Man spreading or whatever. He takes up space and maintains an expression that challenges people, right? You don't just, get to, I got to get to know you. I'm not just going to assume I like you, right? And, I learned that when I got into law enforcement, and, I always say, I did 22 years in the Houston Police Department, and you learn, especially in law enforcement, you're nobody's friend, because everybody's, usually you have an adversarial situation going on, so you want to remain neutral. So again, you got to earn my, respect, my, my trust. All right, to impress him, he rarely, offers a smile. When he does, it's rare and precious gift, right? The skilled seducer, uh, skilled seducer strolls through the world at his own pace. Correct. What's the law of power? Master the art of timing. Never be in a hurry. Everything will come to me eventually. No worries or worries about no, he's not hurried or worried about a thing. His movements are fluid, like a cat, loose, relaxed, and languid. The world is there to serve him. To serve him. It is this projection of attitude that makes the alpha male so attractive. Exactly. There you go. You move it, like I said, master the art of timing. Everything will come. No hurry. Everything, so when you walk, you walk with that kind of, you want, as they always say, walk with, if you've seen that, who was saying, I can't remember who said it, but in Training Day, when Hoyt is having a fight with the two homeless guys or whatever, and he saves the cousin, the girl or whatever. They say walk like Dennis. What's the guy? Walk like Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington walks towards Hoyt in that movie. Walk at that pace and that kind of style. That's how you want to walk. How Denzel Washington walked it on Training Day. That should be your pace and your style. So, not too fast, not too slow, moving with purpose. But I'm not moving too fast because I know I'm going to get there. I'm an alpha male. The world's going to be, everything's going to be all right. Ain't nothing to worry about, baby. But it's kind of true. But all this stuff, it's not an act. It's not a gimmick. It's who you want to be inside. You don't want to just, I only smile because I have a reason to know. You smile because you have a reason to smile. But you have to internalize this. That's to be who you are every day, not because you're putting on a show, but because this is the person you're now becoming, okay? Anyway, that's all I got for now, boys. I hope this helps you get laid. Anyway, see you on the next one.